Okay, we're gonna go right into it. I have tried to improve my audio stuff, but yeah, awesome cave valley it is, I guess. So we're gonna go again. One life, survival. Da, 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 da. None of this matters. Soil instability, true winters, cave-ins are allowed. Leave everything else as accurate. Ba, 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 ba. Okay, land cover. Eh, eh. It's almost like I've done this a bunch. I find that very funny just to fall off the end of the world. But and I'm going to turn off the class exclusive recipes like last time. And yeah. Also, I just realized I had my chat. I updated OBS. I know, first mistake. But yeah, chat was not enabled. There we go. That's a little better. Yeah, the stats block in OBS kind of annoys me. It's like really, really big. Anyway, let's get create in the world because that takes a few minutes. Yeah. I just kind of wanted to give it another go. Again, not going to stream for very long. Possibly only about an hour, hour and a half tops. But yeah. We're just here for a good time, not a long time. We're going to lower the game volume a smidgel. And maybe that'll be a little bit better. Oh, I did also disable the Archaean gridless crafting system. It was giving me some errors. Turns out they're related to another mod. Some kind of weird interaction. It was another mod with wool. So disabled it. We'll see how it goes. It'll go fine. It's normal. I did like the idea of the immersive crafting, where everything's in world, and I might add it again in the future. But for this time, I'm going to leave it out. So we'll see how she goes. Oh boy, I need to clean up my storage. Disk full in 51 hours. Oop, stuff's happening. Maybe. Maybe. We shall see. The end of the last game was kind of, it just made me laugh. It was a very good start. Not a lot of crops that I found, but I hadn't done much exploring yet. But just a bounty of all of the immediate resources you could want, a huge pile of copper, and just, careless aggression. I could have waited him out. He would have gone off. He would have gone on his own way, But I just had to throw hands. So I think there's something wonky with my audio since the update. I hope not, but I thought I had it set to filter out background noise. Doesn't appear to be doing it anymore. Also, I just realized I can crank the bitrate because I'm streaming to YouTube. There we go. Alright, who do we got here? I'm kind of rolling with this guy, I think. I'm not usually a fan of facial hair, but something about this guy. He's doing it for me. Do I want the high-pitched tuba? I really didn't like the low-pitched tuba. Yeah, we'll go with that. We'll stick with commoner. Oh no. This might be a very short run. I had this happen for some reason in a previous save or a previous testing thing. I'm just in the middle of an ocean. I don't think there's anything I can do. Also, these shaders are weird. Other than pick a random direction to swim in, I think. That's a bummer. I mean, we're gonna try. We're gonna try. drink again? So the first 5 minutes in game, the weather gets kind of wonky due to the weather story mod. Also, the water looks really weird. But I feel like I'm in the middle of the ocean because these have some pretty decently sized waves. But so I'm just gonna check something. Okay, yeah, no, it looks like it's working. Okay. Oh, I forgot to set the world height, I think. I forgot to set... I'll have to check the VOD. I'm gonna stop it here. I think what happened, if you don't set the world height to 400 and whatever it is, no, world height is 448. %, 0, 300. 70% land cover. Maybe it just spawned me in the middle of an enormous ocean. Okay, well, you know what? Let's go back. Let's reload it. No. No. Do I go back and try it? The ocean could be endless. Okay, I might have corrupted the save. I'm going to call this Hope Land. 448. 1 life. Cave-ins enabled. Sideways instability. Lightning can cause fire. Turn off the world map. 70% land cover, 300%, 0%, 300%, 256, 256. I did actually try offline having a 1 million block world, and it did not go so well. It was fine at the beginning, and I forgot that it's exponentially more resource usage with Weather Story, which has a global climate map, and it, even though I've got 64 gigs of RAM, it still spiked my RAM usage to the point where I was having issues. So we're not going to do that. So I'm going to change my mic a little bit. It was getting maybe a little bit peaky, but you know, we'll see. Yeah, so I would get to like 60 or I think 50 gigs. At 50 gigs, it crashed the game. Because yeah, that's like 10 times the. So they recommend you play it on 128 by 128. I picked 256 by 256 because I'm a baller, but that's still 4 times more RAM. But that should mean it's using about 32 gigs of RAM, which I should be able to do just fine. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe I do have to put it back down to the 128 by 128. Yeah, nice thing about YouTube streaming, it lets you use a lot more bandwidth, which is nice. Um, and I completely forgot about that, and I was still streaming at 6 kilobit, the Twitch rate. But I think for workflow, for what I plan on doing, because I do plan on editing these into videos, and that is the intent. Yeah, I think the workflow to YouTube is a little bit nicer. Kind of, you know, you get the live streams right there. I can have the VODs for that saved. They're just under the live tab. I don't have to separately upload them like I do with YouTube. And then if you upload them separately, then you get into, streaming to Twitch. You have, yeah, you have to upload the VOD separately. And that either requires making a second channel or cluttering up the main channel with VODs that almost nobody's going to want to watch. So, yeah, probably better just to do that. And it also means I can, like, when I'm done, delete them because they're uploaded at a much higher quality, because I can stream them at a much higher quality. So if I do need them back, it's not quite as bad as if I was streaming to Twitch and just re-downloading the 6 kilobit VODs. And I can, you know, I can eat the bandwidth. I got 3 gig 5. Not that this computer can stream at 3 gigabit, but because I've only got a 1 gigabit NIC in it. Because of my ASRock motherboard that I shouldn't have bought. C'est la vie. C'est la vie. Honestly, maybe I should have turned world map on. At least for the next couple. You know what? If this... After this one, I think I'm going to turn world map on if this run doesn't take off. At least until I start to get, like, the mods dialed in. That way, at least I can look at the world map and see, like, okay, is there anything within 5 kilometers if I'm in the middle of the ocean? Like, I tested these settings like 5 times before going online. With this mod layout, with these world gen settings. It should be fine. So I think it's just random chance. So, like, I had one time where it spawned me in the middle of the ocean. But I think it's just random chance that that happened. The waters recede. Oh, it pauses one last gaze, and I'll go kind of the waters recede. I wonder if I'm going to be underwater again. You know what, let's roll with it. That's what we're rolling. Oh, I'm not underwater. Wonderful. Okay. We wake. And get our bearings. Arcos. Okay, this is not one that can be napped. No piggy. And some oats here. They're not ready for harvest yet. Move to higher ground and oh, here's some flint. Some of these lovely red Arcos rocks. Devil's Cone Cap. That doesn't sound something tasty. That also doesn't look tasty. I'm gonna keep my distance. Oh, this is beautiful. So we've got a lovely little pond right here. That'll be nice as a source of water. A little bit of flint to get us started here. Sandstone gravel. Some oats. Some flax. I'd love to see a little bit of early flax. There's some pigs around. I think I saw a chicken over there as well. Oats. Lovely. I don't see any clay. I think I'm going to keep it moving. Let's see if I can't find some clay. It's also low fertility soil. I'm going to run away from these pigs. Oop, oop, oop. Whoa, ho, 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 ho. Oh no, hey, 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 hey. Hey, I'm going, I'm going. Major point. The game starts you off in May, and I do wonder if there's some more oats. Now, oats aren't the best right starting out. Onions are nice. Onions are especially nice because, okay, so we've got some medium fertility soil here. Onions are nice because the rabbits won't eat them. You can just plant them, and for the most part, I believe the animals will leave them alone. Conglomerate stone. Ooh! A free knife and a free axe. That's very helpful. Thank you. Thank you to whoever left those behind. Some chert. Some more flax. Little carrot patch. They're not close to ready to harvest yet. Not too worried about quartz. Spelt. See, now we have a problem. Some cattails would be nice. So we're going to have to keep it moving and looking for some cattails. not picked up any flax seeds other than the flax seeds. I'm wondering if I can just plant those. The oats gave me some dry grass, but that's a fairly plentiful resource, so we're going to kind of throw that away and get some berries. Now, the fog's rolled in. Not surprising if we're near a coast. Here we go, here's some clay. This might be a better spot. Got some clay. Little cave here. It's a dead-end cave. So we've got some clay, we've got some medium fertility soil. That's good enough to get us started. High would be nice, but I don't think you have huge patches of high fertility soil ever. I've never seen it. Some more onions. Some more flax. I have to remember this flax is both what I believe to be a flint deposit. Although my little cave there, I already have it. This is lake ice. Okay. I think there's even some cattails over there. I'm gonna plop those down. Are those cattails? I'm gonna skip across the ice and find out. Don't necessarily specifically need cattails. Well, it's nightshade. That's less helpful. But I do need something that I can make baskets out of. Not a lot of wood here either, but there's wood nearby. Okay. More flax. I'm definitely going to need some sticks. Oh, that's a log. spelt? We'll leave the spelt for now. Okay, well let's... You know what, we have an axe here. I'm gonna try and cut this down. See, the thing is, I don't know if this is actually working. Further afield. Actually, we'll leave that up. That's a pretty good waypoint. Thank you. How much do you need those? You need those? No, you can't. I'll get rid of those. There's a lovely little pond. With some cattails, not many, but it's some. Right by the carrots, I didn't even notice. Okay. I should be able to chop this down, I think. Actually, are those papyruses over there? I don't actually know what those plants are. I'll check them out after we're done this. Hang down this walnut log. Wow. Yeah. There we go. We're just going to get the deadfall here. We might come back for the bigger pieces later. My game has frozen. Oh, that's a shame. Oh, okay, it is unfrozen. Alright, I'm gonna eat some onions. Okay, so I got a little bit turned around, but I think I know, I think that's near the clay. Common reed. I don't think... We do have cattails. Okay. place that down. I'm going to start harvesting some cattails. And I'm going to dig up the roots for these ones. Don't care to stick in the offhand. It's not the most efficient energy-wise, but I want to take these cattails closer to home. There's not that many of them, huh? No. We'll manage. It's enough. Might have gotten a little bit turned around here. I think I actually want to be going this way. I don't have the greatest sense of direction. I think that's back towards home here. The lone tall palm. Yes, yes, we're getting back closer now. Ooh, strawberries. So actually, I think I'm not going to take all of these. I'm going to leave a couple. And they might be able to... I just want to eat these strawberries real quick while they're here. I'll pick up the last of the cattails that we picked up. And then try and make our way back. What are you? I think it's a deer. I think I actually might take residence in this little structure over here first. It's already got some walls I can use. Just gonna plop those down there. Okay, we're gonna nap ourselves a shovel. That was an axe. I'm not that smart sometimes. The shovel and axe head look pretty similar. put sticks down like that? I think I can put flax fiber down. Yeah, I can put the flax twine down. Okay. I want to go dig up some clay. Didn't think it was that far. I think I was just going the wrong direction. I think it's down this way. Near the flags? Yes, here we are. Oh dear. Well, you know what? You don't have to plant these in water. I usually do. So I need enough to make, at the very least, a cook pot and a bowl. And I would like to clay that out tonight. Do some clay forming tonight for that. Getting close to sunset. Ruins are helpful because they make a bit of a marker. Okay, so let's put up some walls here. Mightn't be much in the way of shelter, but it's something. This. Oh, that leaves me so little wood. That wasn't smart. need some grass, actually. There we go. Just a little bit. Okay. Wow. That was a lot quicker than I thought it was going to be. Okay, let's get a little bit more grass here. And we can very quickly make a torch. We can light a torch. Okay, that's something. That's something. Okay, let's clear this out a little bit. Not enough to make ourselves a bed, so we're going to have to huddle for the night. But, yeah, okay. I'm going to make a cooking pot. That is a cooking pot. Actually, you know what? We could probably... Yeah, that's low fertility soil anyway. Thought maybe I could... Can I store sticks like that? Oh, I can store sticks. They can't stack indefinitely, but... I can put that there. We're going to do a little bit more clay forming. So we're going to make a bowl. going to make a second bowl, because the bowls are cheap and very useful. We're going to want a jug. Jug might be the other thing that we make. A crock would also be nice. But I think we start with a jug. This is a beautiful song. Playing a game. I don't think I've ever heard it before. I don't think I've spent a night under the open stars. Actually what I intended to do. I want to pick up some sticks. Go. We hope it doesn't rain for the next day. As my torch goes up. Also, I appear to have started a forest fire of some sort. I am on fire. Everything is burning. I might die. I'm probably gonna die. I have burned to death. Alright. Well. We didn't even make it as far as the previous time. All we can do is, I'd say live and learn, but we can't really live. We can only learn. Alright. Well, I think our second attempt went pretty well. Thank you everyone for listening, and I hope you have a wonderful night. Bye.